Okay, well now let's talk a little bit about what is glaucoma. So glaucoma is it's a leading cause of blindness here in the United States and worldwide. Oftentimes people call it the silent thief of sight. It's a really particular problem because there's typically not symptoms associated with it. So unlike a broken ankle or a problem with some other part of your body where there's some pain or discomfort, glaucoma is one of those things where patients typically don't have symptoms until it's too late. And so glaucoma typically, at last measure, glaucoma affects about 2 million people in the country. And typically there's 100,000 new cases of glaucoma diagnosed each year. Glaucoma typically is more prevalent in African Americans, and it is essentially caused by an increase of pressure within the eye. So if we go back to kind of how our eye works, inside the eye here there's a fluid, and there's two types of fluid. There's fluid that's here on the front part of in front of the iris, right behind the cornea, and there's another style of fluid back here in the back. So it's this front fluid that we're talking about in this front cavity. It's called the aqueous. And so glaucoma is a problem where there is either too much production of this aqueous or there's some problem with its outflow. And so as a result, there's this fluid is being produced in here, and there's a lower amount of that fluid leaving. So as a result, there's an increase in pressure in the eye. So as that pressure increases, it causes this compressive damage against the nerve back here, causing the nerve to become damaged. And when the nerve becomes damaged, what we find is that patients start losing some peripheral vision. Earlier I mentioned that glaucoma doesn't have symptoms, and so typically when patients come in, we won't find them to say, look, I'm having a hard time with my peripheral vision. There's a lot of studies that suggest that about 40% of peripheral vision is lost before there's a subjective complaint, before people will complain that there is some loss of eyesight.